All right, good evening, Eagle fans. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to flip over here real quick. There we go. I think we got it, Jason. Here with Jason White with me tonight. I'm Clayton Floriani. We're excited to be here at Legends Field for this 22 football season.
Yeah.
Last year we were on the road against Ensworth, first game of the year, so that was fun. It was nice for a road trip. You know, the result wasn't very fun,
yes.
but it is nice to be home. It certainly is. Just planning and as far as the coaches and just getting everybody ready, and just it's fun that school just started that we are home. So anyway, welcome to everyone. Thank you for joining us. We've got a pretty nice, pretty heavy pregame show tonight, sponsored by State Farm Insurance, Sean Wilkins Sr. Before we get going, though, we want to kind of go through our sponsors this year, and we're thankful to have them with us again. They're just we couldn't do this without them. They help us so much. This year has been specific. A little more specific than the past. Pre-game meals, travel. We're traveling more this year than we had, Jason.
Traveling
I mean, your son Tucker, you've been in the stands.
That's right.
Watching that. But talk a little bit about travel this year. For some reason, we've got a lot of games, road trips here early.
That's right. I mean, it's the trade-off when you build a schedule without as many region games. You sign home and home agreements with teams, and this year is the trade-off for the benefit of all those home games for those small trips to Jackson, Tennessee, and Tupelo, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Ensworth, of course, is at home this year. We need to enjoy it because the next three games we're going to be traveling, so it'll be a while before we're back here at Legends Field.
Right, and so with that travel, everyone knows, boy, the cost of travel has gone through the roof. The cost of food has gone through the roof, everything. And so this year our donors came in and really are kind of backing the team, which is awesome, and paying for the travel.
That's right.
And also paying for the food, which is great. I mean, tonight, pregame meal.
I mean, we were talking about the bus expenses. I mean, the cost has gone up so much, and a school like ours, you need that extra help.
That's right.
To have your program be able to do the things it needs to do to function.
So we're gonna kind of pop these guys up real quick. I wanted to shout out first to Tim Wilson and his family. They actually were the pregame meal sponsor this week, and they will be for next week as well. So, I mean, you talk about feeding not 30, 40. Right. This is the most trays ever had on the team. Last night he told us, I think 62. Yeah. He kind of referenced back to 2019, I think.
It's about 20 more kids on the roster, 9 through 12.
So that's an expense. So thanks to Tim Wilson. Of course, Tim, most of you know Tim. If you don't, Garrett, his son, started last year, was a starter on this team. Well, guess what? The problem with that is he went and won a state championship in track.
That's right.
As the top half miler in the state, and he can go. And so, I understand that football was he was good at it and he was tough, but it seemed like every year he's just finally trying to catch back up. And so this year he wants to give it a full run. And what that's going to mean is he's going to run cross country in the fall.
Right. That's
going to really help him. That's going to be his moneymaker. He's going to college to run.
Yeah, he's got further aspirations.
That's right. That's right. We're going to miss him for sure. He's a big target. And but anyway, what I love is that Garrett's not playing, but Tim and them are still. I mean, they're right here in the thick of it. So we're thankful for them and all they do. Here's some sponsors we kind of threw up. PDGO. That's my group. Thanks to those guys, Taylor, Nate, and Steve. Service Master by Tyler Paddock. MSC Construction, that's Sammy Reagan and Michelle. Strategic Financial Partners, Bill Edwards, Barrett Jones, Chandler Gagnon, and Hemp Holcomb. Bank 3, that's Scott House. Of course, State Farm, we just mentioned as the sponsor of this show. Sean Wilkins Sr., Point Honduras. Jason, you guys are really involved in that.
Mm-hmm.
Britton is kind of the sponsor of that, but of course everyone.
It's just a lot of ECS families.
Yeah, it is, really is.
Sure.
Benny James, air conditioning, heating. Darren Wilkes, graduate here. Darren's been with us from the beginning, so this is our 6th year to do this, and you kind of date back to prior to that even.
Yeah.
And so we kind of come full circle now. You're back in the booth with.
It's a much more advanced production quality than what we were doing, but we had a blast doing it. It was fun. But it's been a while. You're right.
And you had someone playing. I've got girls, so I had some cheering, but not playing. So that's where you were. So thankful for those guys, and then we got a whole another group of guys, and we'll go through some new ones. Panini Catering, Steve Reithmeyer, of course, Nate Senior. Nate is a senior this year on the team, so he's going to be playing starting at center this year. So we'll be watching big number 74. He's kind of a big cog in that offensive line, so we've got to really rely on him.
Yep.
M3, Dave Morris accounting. Dave's been with us from the beginning. Of course, Dave is he's famous around this campus for all he's done and continues to do. Russell Oliver Stevens, Matt Stevens Group. Thanks, Matt, for supporting us. Crown Charters and Bus, John Wilson. He's a new sponsor this year. You may see Crown Charters around town, on the highways, on the interstate. That's our travel. That's how we travel here at ECS. Boy, it's so nice to have. He's got a son who's a freshman, and so we're thankful for John. He's sponsoring us and helping us out as well in the travel department. Of course, we mentioned Compliance Associates with Tim Wilson. Drift Fly Company, they're new this year. Pete Smith, been around here forever. Wife Carrie graduated, so they're fully in ECS, and glad that he came along. Thanks, Pete, for helping us this year. Walker Construction, Ryan Walker. Business, residential, they can do about anything that you want to. Buff City Soap, the Kevin Hersky family. So Kevin Hersky is a graduate of here and helped us numerous years. So thanks so much, Kevin, for once again coming alongside of us. I'm going to pop out a couple of these things here real quick so we can see us here just a second. We're going to talk a little bit about Trey and his staff. Let me get these things up here. There we go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There you go.
So,
yeah,
tell us about that.
Well, I think Trey is coming in his 4th year. Of course, it's kind of tough to, when your first year you win a state title. You know, he's obviously a graduate of here, knows the program well. Just really invests in his kids that he's got on his team. He just really loves on them and is really invested in the process of developing talent. And it shows on the field. He's got, he's had good district results, or region results, I should say. He's have 11-2, first 2 losses in his region come last year. It goes a couple of years before he even has any. Yeah. And he's handled some staff changes over the years. He's obviously handled talent turnover from the team standpoint, and he just continues to work to put a product out on the field that represents the school well, and has a certain mentality that you can just kind of see flowing through all his teams, no matter the personnel.
Yeah, a high school staff. It's in college you're a coach, right? When in high school you're coaching and teaching, right? So it can be a little transient, and so you're always kind of shuffling the deck a little bit, and every year he brings in some. Not him, but the school attracts, our mission in the school attracts a lot of quality guys and coaches. And so this year's is no exception for that. And we kind of want to throw the coaches up tonight and kind of give them a shout out and kind of go over with what they're doing, since some of them are new. Of course, Trey Adams, head coach, just mentioned him. Will Gilchrist, Will's 2nd year. Will coached receivers last year, this year coaching quarterbacks, which is what he played in high school and college at Memphis. Right. So very knowledgeable there. Brant Newman is new, has some college, played at Murray State, and also coached various places in the college and junior college ranks. Very knowledgeable. He'll be on. He'll have a pretty good amount of play calling tonight.
Yes, I think he'll have some pretty hefty responsibilities on the offensive side of things.
Ben Todd, of course, inside linebackers. I mean, gosh, Ben's been on both sides of the ball. Very knowledgeable. Kendall Hunter right there. Tight. Kendall is new this year. Now, Kendall's from Mississippi, played at Delta State. Previously was at Rossville Christian, head coach there. And just through a previous relationship with Trey in college, that kind of got him. What a great guy. Great addition to the team.
To know him.
The biggest smile and just a great guy.
He's ECS's newest volleyball fan after hanging out with me at the middle school volleyball tournament last Saturday.
Yeah. Ben Todd, inside linebackers, we mentioned him. Ben's very knowledgeable. I mean, he's no stranger to either side of the ball, and he's just a guy that is you just put him anywhere.
Trey can plug him in anywhere
right.
and know that it's going to be taken care of.
And he's a right-hand man kind of guy, so it's nice to have a Ben Todd on your staff. David Nugent is new this year. David also is doubling new as the athletic director. Also defensive line coach. He's got some college and pro experience playing, so he's a Memphian, so we're glad to have him on staff. David Carter, defensive backs. Last year he was more offensive line, so now he's kind of moving to the defense, and same thing. He's got a track record of state championships and just a nice record of coaching and winning. Daniel Holmes, outside linebacker. That's kind of back from that's kind of his forte. And Brett Thompson, new this year. Brett played at UT Martin, and then a little bit of pro ball, kind of getting started, and we're glad to have him back. Wendell Thompson, his dad, who was our staff accountant here for years. Yeah, that's him. So that's the rundown of the coaches. We'll kind of flip it back to the field here.
It's a lot of change, not even just new people, but new roles for people who are already here.
Yeah.
And that's just Trey paying attention to what he feels like people's skill sets are and knowledge bases, and puts people where he thinks they can succeed most. And over the years, it seems like it hasn't changed a lot of the output. He's able to just kind of keep things moving, and those guys seem to embrace whatever role he gives them, which is impressive.
It's almost, I'm sure you could never have enough coaches. Like
sure.
you're as a head coach, I'm sure you're thinking, if I just had one more coach,
right. Yeah.
So I don't know what the sweet spot is, but I these guys are, they're taking down cameras, logging in film, they're teaching, developing a game plan for tonight, next week. They're up here late at night. So let's talk,
much unseen hours.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit now about just our schedule. Ensworth, of course, what a great opportunity tonight for us to jump up and play a Division II 3A team. Talk a little bit about that and kind of the importance of that.
Yeah, so they're not a huge school. They elect to play up because they can compete at that level, and they're talented. As we saw last year, they have some really good football players, and it's going to be a really, really good opening test for our team. But when you have a region that only has 4 teams in it, and you have of 10 games, you can only use 3 of them with your region. You've got to go and find people to play.
Yeah.
And so we are jumping up and playing Ensworth, and we'll be playing teams from Jackson and Tupelo, and we just went to find games, and it's good to challenge yourself. It makes you better, and it made us better last year.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't the outcome we wanted, we were a better football team down the road because of that game and opening weekend.
And this is not uncommon. I was looking at some schedules around our division, and I just happened to pull up BGA. Well, I think maybe week 3 they're playing Ravenwood.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a top team in the state.
That's right.
Public school. So everyone kind of has the same situation, trying to find games, and it's always going to be a home and away. And frankly, I think I mentioned this. I'm a Razorback fan. We don't have much to hang our hat on, but I'd much rather go see us play Alabama than play Missouri State.
That's right.
We're going to remember these games. This is an opportunity for our guys to step up, and
well, you'll be playing against people that you're going to be playing against guys tonight that are playing on Saturdays, and that's important for you to develop and see where you are as a team. And like you mentioned, BGA, it's a similar circumstance that when you have a successful program, and I think ECS has had a very successful program recently. You have to step up sometimes because it's hard to find people that you can play locally.
Right.
When a lot of the people around here, they already have 7 games on their schedule filled out, and so it's hard to match open dates.
Right.
And
Right.
COVID, that scheduling, we're still seeing some of the ramifications of that, some of the mix-ups there, and just cancellations and trying to find home and home. And our region changed so late last year where all of a sudden we dropped 2 games that were on our schedule, and we had to go and find people to fill in those spots when everybody already had their schedules completed.
Yeah.
And that's hard
Yeah.
when it happens that close to the start of the season. So you just have to, and so now you're playing the second year of a 2-year agreement, and then the coaching staff and the athletic department here has to go and find more games for the next set.
Well, that's why we're going to Tupelo this year.
That's right.
I mean,
we just
wherever we can find them. We've searched Arkansas, we've looked Mississippi, Jackson. We've gone through all those cities trying to find it. It's just hard. So, last year I think we were talking about. Of course, Tucker was a senior. We kind of turned the page. 12 or 13 seniors, and it just so happened this senior class is not a very big class, and it hasn't been since 9th grade on. So we knew this was going to be a small as far as numbers wise, and so it would be a lot of youth playing tonight. And we mentioned 62 guys on the team this year. youth is going to be. I mean, we're young, and so there's going to be some growing pains. We know that, and but boy, we're going to get a lot of experience tonight.
Yeah, very quickly
and through the season.
That's right. and we've the total number is great, but it is a lot of young players. It is a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores. The junior class is a decent size. You're right. The senior class is not as big as it has been, and that's going to be the challenge early on. Is we talked to Trey last night a little bit, and it's not just replacing the individual talent production that you've lost at certain positions.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good senior group. I mean, my son was a part of it, but that was a really good group from a leadership standpoint.
Yep.
Trey will tell you from a culture standpoint, they set a tone, and in some ways they achieved probably more than the individual sums of their talents would have, just because they were competitive and they frankly they ate up a lot of the time last year.
Yeah,
that group did.
Well, look at this kind of start on the offense. Let's look at the offensive line. We got Nate Riethmeyer and Caleb McCullough are the only two returning starters on that offensive line. Now we'll probably be mixing and matching all night.
And neither of them are playing what they played last year.
That's right. McCullough was center. Now left tackle.
Yeah.
Okay, moved him over. We had Connor Martin got injured early. He was going to be some help on that side, and hopefully we'll get him back this year at some point. Riley McDaniel. Mm-hmm. Playing guard this year. Right tackle, I believe, is Vasily Johnson. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Left guard. I mean, of course, Riethmeyer center. Left guard. I'm trying to think who. Is Owen Murphy, I believe, who has it at left guard now.
Yeah, when Trey was mentioning sort of the rotation, I think he was kind of throwing names out at different places because he wasn't sure exactly based on what we saw with Ensworth who was going to do what.
That's right. Running back, of course, kind of by committee maybe a little bit, but I mean. Right now, we've got Moss going to be in there. Manuel Moss, I guess he'll probably get the start tonight. Other than that,
I mean, Cooper Acuff has gotten lots of carries in the preseason.
Both sophomores.
That's right, both sophomores. You've got some other people that kind of play running back and can get out in the slot. And so where do they line up, I think, is maybe based on play calls and what the defense is showing you. I think there's youth all over, and I think that there's an opportunity for guys to prove and grab hold of certain positions.
Yeah, Shannon, receiver, sophomore. Yep. Graham Sorgenfry, sophomore.
Yep.
John Vargo, he's probably the lone senior, out there. He's gonna be playing X. Down at the bottom of the field, so that's really the only. He was hurt last year.
Other than at quarterback, offensively, that's what you're going to see. Yeah, so I think you'll have guys. William Chairs will get a big opportunity tonight. Right. He's another young one.
Yep.
And so it's going to be interesting to see how guys respond.
What kind of circle? We've kind of gone all around the line. We've gone to the backs, the receivers. Let's kind of settle in. Kind of last year on the offense at the quarterback position and talk a little bit about that.
So you had Jacob Hatcher for a couple of years, who was a big arm, talented kid, and Bennett Brady came in last year and took over the reins of the quarterback position and did a really good job of managing this team and being in charge when he was out there.
Yeah.
And so now you've got a group of players who all brings a little bit of something different.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you have Wilson Thetford, who is sort of the more pocket passer presence, probably has the best ball right now coming out of the pocket, who's a tough kid and likes to run, but sort of the taller, more prototypical looking pocket quarterback to me. And then you're going to see a rotation. I think Xander Carroll is gonna see some snaps at quarterback, more athletic, sort of all-purpose type. And we've seen other quarterbacks take snaps. I mean, I know Cannon Johnson has seen some.
Kyle Mabey.
You've got Kyle Mabey, who is he's a big kid, but he's just a sophomore. No varsity experience at the quarterback position other than maybe just a few snaps at the end of some games last year. But he brings something to the table too. He's a hard-nosed runner who's athletic and has a good arm. He's a baseball player like Cannon is, and so it'll be fun to watch because
they're all good athletes.
That's right.
They're multiple sports. I mean, these guys are lacrosse. Excellent at lacrosse. They can run.
I don't think any of them limit what Trey and his staff on the offensive side may want to do.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of maybe at times who has the hot hand, who the team is responding to. I think that it'll be a little bit of a feel process to it. And from the way Trey talks, I mean, they haven't settled on just leaving one guy in. It's going to be a little bit of a process to see kind of who's going out for each series
and what they're giving us. What the defense gives us.
It'll be interesting to see if we do it by series, or do we have times where somebody runs out and we actually substitute a quarterback in the middle of a series. Without the huddle now and different things like that, it's kind of like it's interesting to watch a quarterback run off the field, but it may happen based on the plays.
And it's always fun to have a new guy playing that position. We don't know what he can do.
That's right.
These guys show up. I mean, we've seen some scrimmages, but it's a new year. These guys develop, and now you as a senior, both those guys, Thetford and Xander, they've kind of arrived. It's like, hey, I'm finally the oldest guy out here. Right? I've got some experience and so, hey, it's gonna be exciting to watch him. So
Wilson's been here 4 years, and he has continued to work hard and sort of honestly kind of wait for his opportunity to open up. And Xander came over as a transfer and just immediately was just a playmaker on the defensive side of the ball.
That's right.
And so that's the other thing that I think we haven't talked about yet, but that's going to play a role in this season overall is, because we're young, the older guys with experience may have to log a lot of snaps in different places, including, Xander and Wilson both playing defense. Kyle maybe will be starting at middle linebacker tonight. So that's a challenge when it's not hot tonight, but it's warm.
Yeah.
So
I talked about the cornerback position. I believe Bo Dawson is going to get a start at corner.
Yeah.
The other corner,
Boston Curry.
Yeah, Boston Curry. That's right.
I think is who Trey mentioned that might start there, and then they've got multiple athletes. I mean, just really, really athletic. That is one thing this team does.
Jamison Smith. He's kind of coming back.
Is coming back from injury. He's been unfortunately just sort of just had different things happen, whether it's been a shoulder or a hamstring or whatever, that has kept him from being able to get a lot of reps in the preseason. But
he looks the part.
Man, he is a great looking athlete. He's a really, really talented track runner, and we've seen flashes of that since his freshman year.
Yeah.
And so he's talented, and so I think based on what they think he can give them tonight, he'll be out there as much as they can get him to play.
We're going to move over a little bit now to some keys for the victory tonight, and we kind of have these. It's kind of nice to kind of go through these and, I don't know, just kind of summarize some areas that we think we can find it here. There we go. Thank you. There you go. If you're at home, you're watching that. Like we mentioned just then, we kind of went over all the youth that we had, and we've got to grow up fast. These guys they're ready to play, and we've watched a little film on them, some scrimmages, and they just look good. They've got a starting quarterback who's second-year starter. He's dynamic. He can throw. He can run. So we got to grow up fast. Got to limit the turnovers. You just don't want to give them easy points.
Yeah, I mean, things are going to happen because you're young, and so there's going to be mistakes that are going to be made, and whether that's a turnover, a costly penalty, a busted coverage, a special teams mistake that leads to easy points, you're going to have to bounce back, have a short memory, and move on.
Yeah.
In both from play to play and from series to series and even quarter to quarter, half to half. I mean, everything about this game for us is going to be a learning experience, and so part of that is from the youth standpoint, moving on.
Yeah.
And
number 2, offensive line. We need a good push up front. We're not coming into this game with 20 running plays. We've got just our base plays that we're trying to get better at, and just trying to make it easy for our guys to basically just simplify what we're doing on offense.
It's the first time in a while, probably since Trey has been here, that we don't have some experience and depth at tailback. There's talent there, but it is inexperience.
Yeah.
And
Clayton Garrison, we didn't mention Clayton Maris a minute ago. He's going to play a lot.
He's going to play a lot, and he's so important on the defensive side too. It's just how much because Clayton, every time you give Clayton the ball, he's going to run it as hard as he possibly can until they take him down. And so, how much can he give you and still give you the leadership you need from the linebacker position? It will be that
we need to push on those zone plays, and like you said, it's patience hit. It's something, and you bust one. Nothing's there. All of a sudden, you got to cut back, and you got to be patient with it. But without that experience, you don't see how those holes open up.
It's tough, and especially when you've played at freshman or JV football, and there's more chunk plays out there for you.
Right.
And that's a tough thing to learn, but it takes experience. You can't think touchdown on every run. Sometimes the right run is the 3.5-yard run in the B gap.
That's right. Give us 2nd and 6.
And because if you try and bust it outside, the defense is so fast you're going to lose 3 yards.
Yeah, man.
So
QB play, overcome our young mistakes. I put that on there for Xander and Wilson Thetford. We're just young. We're gonna make some plays. It's the first mistakes. It's the first game of the year for one thing, and just boy, we got some butterflies. But our quarterbacks being the 2 foundation guys on the offense, being seniors, those guys are gonna have to. They gotta play well. That's just it. And so whatever mistakes we make, they've got to overcome those and do their part, and basically we can't double the mistakes with those guys.
And I think the coaching staff has a responsibility too to help manage that process as the game goes on and put them into situations, plays, formations, positions that either show what they need to see or gives them a deliberate action to undergo, because Ensworth is going to be talented up front, and so you're not going to have a lot of time. You're not going to be able to pat the ball on a 5-step drop. And do some of those kind of things. You're going to have to know where you're going either pre-snap or quickly make that first read.
Absolutely.
And that's tough when you don't have a lot of experience. Yeah. And this is the way football is practiced now in the preseason. You don't get a lot of that in the preseason.
Yeah, good news
anymore.
Is we've got guys who can get open, and we've got guys, and we can throw it, and we don't, like you said, we just don't have to do a lot. Just do what is asked of you. That's it. Don't try to do too much. Number 4, hey, win the turnover game. We always say that. Just can't, limit the fumbles, limit the interceptions, and just don't let it be a train wreck, And
right. And when we talked about time management in this game too, it's you're young, you're not as deep, so you don't need the game to last as long as Ensworth is probably comfortable with. You need the clock to be moving.
Yeah.
And one of the ways to do that is when Ensworth has the ball, if you're going to have them score, it needs to take 6 minutes.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be that 45-second 3-play drive.
No.
Where something like a 5-yard hitch on a busted tackle and he's down the sideline for a touchdown. You need to make those plays. Trey's defense forever has been built around bend but don't break.
Right.
And wait for the other team to make a mistake.
Yep.
Well, that's an easier thing to ask when you have an experienced team.
Yeah.
Because they're always theoretically where they need to be.
Sure.
But you're worried when you got a bunch of young guys, are they going to be in the right spots?
Well, I think Coach Adams talked to us a little bit last night and just said, we're really not going to. Usually this game, we're not going to show a whole lot. I think we're gonna what we have. We're gonna make sure all of our bullets are ready to fire, and and just let it kind of all hang out and see what's left.
It's one thing when you don't want to show a lot to like on tape or whatever, but you can't do that when you don't even know what you have yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
You've got to use the ammo that you have and figure out what works.
Yeah, good point.
So
we're getting ready to have the run through here in just a second. BW, Britton Wilkins is going to give the invocation tonight. I think
he already did it.
You already did. Thank you. Thanks for doing that. Appreciate that. Real quick before we get the run through, we're going to tap on a couple of things here. You can kind of go over those right there.
Yeah, so all the other fall sports are getting geared up. Volleyball has had a few matches. They had a good win against White Station this week. We've got a lot of volleyball players, enough that we have varsity and a JV and a freshman team, so that's good to see. Bethany Stewart's really got them rolling. They're talented.
Yeah.
The volleyball is fun to watch. They're really good. So they've got. I think they have a couple of matches coming up next week too. So they're in the full swing. Girls golf. I didn't see how they. Did you see how they did?
They won. They were in
good.
First place. I think it was a tie, but tie's a win.
Okay.
So they won.
Yeah, they've just we've had quality girls golfers here for a while, and it's neat to see that continue. The golf matches are fun to go to.
Yeah, I've never been to one.
They were
live stream. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, yeah. The guys golf team is huge this year, and they have really worked hard, and they're young too, I think. But their match this week with St. George's, I didn't see how it went either. I didn't know. But I don't. I haven't heard, but I know that they were getting really excited about the season getting started, and seeing kind of who was going to be their leaders and low scores and things like that. And then girls soccer is really talented. They've already gotten squared away with a win over Arlington.
Yeah, too. Nice win.
Yeah, it was a nice win. And so they've got a lot of experience and are looking forward to a really, really good season. I think they've got a lot to look forward to.
Got a little thing here. I know this usually comes up every now and then, but Memphis Most, best private school in town. You can scan that code right there and vote for ECS, and we've won that before.
We have,
and so it's a testament to our school and leadership by Braxton Brady. So we're thankful for just all the faculty, all the new faculty this year as well.
It's a lot of new faces.
It is. I'm going to spin it out because we've got Wilson Thetford, Clayton Garrison, John Vargo, and Xander Carroll as our captains tonight. So they're going to be heading out. We're going to get that down to them real quick. Jason, you can go ahead and head that up. I'm going to try to switch these cameras over here just a second. If I can do that.
Okay. Let's see. We've got for Ensworth, we have got number 8, Sammy Taylor, number 40, Jack Fleming, number 6, Drew Bonner, and number 5, Mark Smith. Be a nice night tonight, Clayton.
It is. Usually we don't get to open the windows up because it's so hot, but now humidity's not too bad. Probably, would you say 80s, low 80s right now, and
so.
And with the sun going down, it's going to be nice.
The captain leading at midfield for the point toss for Ensworth, Mark Smith, Drew Bonner, Sammy Taylor, and Jack Fleming. For ECS, the captains tonight, Wilson Thetford, Xander Carroll, John Vargo, and Clayton Garrison. Meeting with your captain are our officiating crew, our head referee, Robert Sheeran, umpire, Mike Hughes. Our line judge is David Wooten, head linesman, Paul Moore. Our back judge.
All right, so it looks like ECS has won the toss. We're waiting for the referee to let us know what decision they made. Looks like Ensworth's going to head south to start the game. ECS won the toss, and they will take the ball.
Will receive the opening kick.
It's something we kind of expected with ECS wanting to get the clock running, ball control, shorten the game. Makes sense to take the ball to start the game. Got a nice crowd over in the northeast corner.
Eagle fans, let's get on your feet. It's time for ECS Friday Night Football.
All right, Jason, sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Just get a little bit of housekeeping
Get some
right
housekeeping
there.
done.
Yeah, I think we're good to go now. I
So
want to make sure our
we won
volume's up.
We won the toss
Okay.
and took the ball.
You know, that's counterintuitive to Trey. He never takes the ball, ever. He's always does on
it's
defense.
what we talked about, though. is anything you can do to keep the ball out of Ensworth's hands and shorten the game.
Oh, nice crowd tonight. Boy, huge crowd over by the grill team on the deck tonight. It was a new family night.
That's right, yeah,
So a
there
lot
was.
of new faces, and had a cookout over there. So There's nothing like an ECS home football game.
It is really fun. The atmosphere is great, and the food is fantastic.
Definitely, I mean, give a shout out to that grill team. I'm going to get a list of those guys because we just forget to do it every night, every Friday night. But
they were here at 5 o'clock.
Oh man, it's hot, and then they got the
grills
grill
fired up.
They get the grill fired up. Then they've got the propane firing the French fry cooker. You can't even hear it, so loud over there. I'll tell you what, while we're sitting here waiting for the kickoff, used to be, you started football practice kind of the end of July, right? And then you had that, several weeks. These guys don't take a break. I mean, they've been going since school's been out. Maybe a week right when school's out, and then a little 2-week dead period in the middle of the summer. After that, I mean,
that's it.
It's
it's after Memorial Day, you're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember with Tucker playing baseball in the spring, like it was a couple of weeks off after the baseball season's over, and then you're lifting.
That's right.
Getting ready for the next year.
We're at twin safeties in the back. Xander Carroll, number 10. He'll stand on the 2. Just across from him, John Vargo, number 21. Rainey Coote, number 20. He'll be right on the 15-yard line. The up backs, we've got Cannon Johnson and also
it's Noah Wilder.
Noah Wilder, number 14.
He's wearing 14 tonight.
Noah's worn about 3 different jerseys, so kind of a short kick. That's going to come to Xander Carroll. Boy, nice room. Gets to the outside. Boy, nice break on the ball. I mean, that's we didn't have one like that last year after the 42-yard line.
That's exactly what you want. You don't want your young group with their backs on the goal line to start
Great
the first
field
series.
position. I mean, you cannot ask for more. Probably about Chris, about a 25-yard return on that. All right, here we go. Wilson Thetford, number 8, is going to get the start. What you got, Chris? 32-yard return by Carroll. Thetford, your quarterback. Vargo, your X, down at the bottom. Sorgan Fry, number 17. Deuce Shannon, 24. Clayton Garrison just to the right of Thetford. Boy, nice throw. A little hot. Went right through Shannon's hands. Love the play call.
Clayton, I can't believe I just saw it. A pass on the opening play by Trey Adams. First time as an ECS coach, I think.
Great, I love it. Hey, get the guys going. Let's back Ensworth up a little bit. Let's get some butterflies out of the way. Maybe get that pass down just a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. I mean, you're thinking when you call that play that if you get that ball down a little bit, he gets his hands on it. It's an extended run play. The clock's moving.
That's right.
You don't want too many of those because you need more than 20 seconds to come off the clock on your series.
A little pressure from the outside, handoff.
Is that Clayton Garrison?
Clayton Garrison just off the right tackle. He's going to lose a couple on the play. We had a blitz from the outside linebacker on this side, so we didn't run into it, but he was able to go across and help on the backside. Loss of 1. Bo Dawson up at the top. He's the Z, number 23. McCullough, Murphy, Reithmeyer, McDaniel, and Johnson, your front 5 on the offensive line. Wilder, Sorgan Fry, and Vargo at the bottom of your screen.
A little hot.
Yeah, just gotta slow that down. We need a catchable ball. Good idea, great place. Just gotta take some heat off of it, and be ready for it.
It's good it's good to see some guys open. That's nerves. That's the first series of the year. Wanting to get the ball out, the rush is coming hard. It'll be interesting to watch on that second play if Ensworth. If that's an automatic call they have to bring that guy off the edge in that formation when we're in the shotgun like that, or if was a blitz call, that's something the coaches will have to adjust to because that backside is going to be vacated by him if the quarterback keeps it.
Well, he definitely had him. John Vargo back to punt. Boy, great punt. It's going to drive him deep. That's going to – it'll be returnable. Yeah, nice job by Xander Carroll. Flag against Ensworth. Late hit.
It's going to be late.
Somebody came in and got Deuce Shannon, hit him out of bounds. So that's going to back them up and put them deep in their territory.
Good protection on the punt. kept him out. Great punt by Vargo.
But, nice play by Xander. Just kind of pushed him out. You know, you don't have to lay a hit on him.
Well, if your guy does his job, punts it to the sideline, it makes your play a lot easier when he's pinned on the sideline like that after fielding the punt.
All right, Chris Williams on stats. We got Brad and Shawn Michael handling the camera duties tonight for us.
13-yard line, first and 10. Ensworth.
All right, Xander Carroll, John Vargo will be your safeties. Garrison, your linebacker, along with Kyle Maybe, number 28. Outside linebacker, Cannon Johnson, along with number 14, Noah Wilder.
Got 2 tight ends to this side.
Well, I tell you what, he's gone. They ran a counter to this side. I don't know if you noticed that. They faked the run to this side, threw it back, a quick screen, and he broke it open. We've got to be able to handle that. You hate, we talked about that in the pregame. We just can't give up the big play on the 15-yard line.
Yeah, it's
right
a little
there.
bit. That's right. That's the speed that you can't mimic when you're working on things in practice, and so that angle's a little bit too shallow. And before you know it, he's run by you, and they get a good block on the outside on the corner, and there's nobody else there. And they had that tight look over on the other side with the 2 tight ends, and so when they give you that run look, it holds the linebackers there in place.
87-yard touchdown reception. Kick is up and good, so with 10:31 to go in the first quarter, Ensworth strikes with a nice throw and catch.
Well, that's unfortunate because that's not checking a few of the keys to the game that we had talked about. So you've got to – but we talked about how bad things are going to happen in this game because of the inexperience and just the first game of the year. And so you've got to take a deep breath, come over the sideline. You need another good kickoff return here if you can get it, and try and get some good field position and hold on to the ball, execute some plays, and see if you can get some points yourself. If you can respond with points right here, you can take a deep breath and just really settle in.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. You can just kind of settle down a little bit. Like, okay, don't make this game bigger than it is.
That's right.
And let's play.
Even just a few first downs can just let you know that, okay, we know how to do this. Let's take a deep breath and just hit the reset button.
Thanks again to all of our sponsors tonight. Went through those earlier. We'll go through them several times, of course, and especially thanks tonight to Tim Wilson Compliance Associates for providing the pregame meal to the team. All right, Carroll Vargo back. That's going to go once again to Xander Carroll. Ensworth does a little better job containing him. He'll bring it out to the 21-yard line.
Xander Carroll on the return for ECS. Tackle on the return by the Tigers.
All right, looks like we'll come back out. Same offensive group. Thetford, number 8. Thetford last year didn't play a lot of quarterback in varsity. He wasn't a starter, but because he was second string, he didn't play a lot in the JV.
Yeah, you couldn't afford to have something happen to him in a JV game, so he got caught in the middle. That's a tough situation, but he handled it well.
William Cheers up top, number 13. He'll come in motion.
That's not going to work.
Yeah, you can't have 2 guys in motion, so we little mistakes. I'm not sure about that. I think
that's 2 people.
I think the running back just kind of left too early. So that'll back us up 5 yards.
They'll probably decline that with the loss on the play.
They did. All right, so 2nd down and 15.
Really good pursuit by Ensworth right there. from the. It looked like 27 from the middle linebacker position.
All right, Vargo at the bottom. Wilder, number 14, just off. Actually, he's going to get right beside Vasily Johnson. He'll be down. Sorgan, Fry, and Shears up top. Garrison just to the right of Thetford. Little inside zone. Boy, he's met quick. Just nothing there at all.
To watch that, I couldn't tell if the snap was a little low or if we just didn't handle it. The exchange was not quick.
Christian Grimes, Ethan Utley, and Drew Bonner.
Yeah, a little
yeah,
low.
we just the nose guard just I mean, we just didn't block him. Some came off of him actually.
17.
You know, when you run the inside zone, there's just 2 double teams.
Yep.
Well, you can't leave your guy and go to the next guy until he's taken for. But
that's right. And then when the timing gets messed up by the exchange not happening efficiently, that magnifies the problem.
All right, nice running. So Wilson can make a move here, get to the outside. Turn it up, Wilson. Nice job by Thetford just to get it out. I believe he's going to be short of the first down. It depends on where they mark him. Let's see.
I don't. The guy that was supposed to mark it didn't mark it. I'm not sure where they marked him.
All right, yeah. Across the field, he did back him up just a little bit.
Why did that guy not mark his spot? Let's see where he went out.
Boy, so close. All right, so that's going to get the ball out to the 35-yard line. Vargo will stand on his own 20. Xander Carroll, the up back, number 10. 8:56 to go in this first quarter. Another nice punt by Vargo. He's going to get a nice roll. Let's try to hem him in.
Looks like we might have gotten a block in the back.
I think so. Nice job of that punt cover team. DeJuan Sharp, number 4, on the return. He's slippery, hard to get down.
That's a good job right there of the guys who are supposed to close on the ball, and everybody else staying in their lane, respective lane, and pursuing once he makes his move.
Nice job. Number 5, Jay Smith came down. Jacob, I think it's Noah Wilder, number 14, and then also Xander Carroll. Usually around the ball, it's somewhere. All right, Jamison Smith, number 7, is in now at the top of your screen at cornerback. Yeah, nice job. Gabe Moss going to wrestle him down to the ground, number 6. Nice job by Kyle Mabey, that inside linebacker, sophomore, number 28, filling that B gap. Counter reverse this side. Nice job by Jamison Smith.
That's a penalty. You can't hurdle.
No. All right. There you go. Nice to have Jamison Smith out there.
He stood his ground.
He sure did.
Yeah, they gave you a false look there. They pulled both guards coming towards us.
It's the same play. They just didn't throw the pass.
The other way. That's right.
Same player.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a personal foul or is that a?
I'm not sure how many yards. It looks like it's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, it is. All right, 8:03 in the first quarter. Nice break for the Eagles. Kim Bill Kumtor, Gabe Moss, and looks like Caleb McCauley, your front 3 in that 3-4 defense.
This is where you need to wrap up. They're going to try and play in space.
Nice coverage looking down the field. Boy, he had so much time, yeah.
Yep. Looked like we dropped.
Great coverage.
Yeah, we only rushed maybe 3, and those were some very late developing downfield routes.
That was the back, wasn't it? You see back.
He
That's
all the way
who called it,
around.
yeah.
Now he was in the slot.
Oh, he's in the slot. There he is, yep. Once again, see what they got. All right, so that's going to move the chains. 2 nice plays by Ensworth. We got to squeeze those outside backers. We got to squeeze that down a little bit. It's just too much width between the line.
First to 10. I'm sorry, make that to 45. First to 10. Tigers.
All right, counter to the left side. Cannon Johnson, number 2, wraps him up. Nice job by Cannon. Wrestles him down to the ground. He'll gain 5 on the play, so 2nd down and 5.
You need to try and get to it. You got to find a way to get to a 3rd down here. You're probably in 4-down territory if you're Ensworth, so you got to be watching for a jump play here.
Yeah, I love something over the middle here. Just so much time.
There's a flag.
You're gonna get behind. Yeah, I got behind us a little bit.
There's a flag. I'm not sure. Could be a man down. It's a hold.
All right, so that pass to Shamar Porter will be called back. Great coverage once again. I mean, he's just got too much time. That's what happens, isn't it?
Yep. When Ensworth is so athletic that if you give them enough time, they're going to find the pockets.
right.
And their quarterback has a lot of experience. And he's talented, and so he throws a good ball. He has shown he will get it to him. So this is the 2nd down set that they've been well behind the chains, and we let them have a big play last time. You got to find a way to
mix up in the backfield. Nice job, Cannon Johnson once again recognizing that. Both sides pulled, ran right into each other.
Yep.
Man, this is a huge 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, you'll take that on 2nd and 16.
Yeah. Nice job by Clayton Garrison coming across as well.
Cannon's made tackles on about 3 plays in a row. Bring 3 again.
Boy, just nice throw and catch. Boston Curry defending on the play, but just couldn't quite get his head around.
Yeah, I'd like to see the route combo they ran just then. Yeah, that's the 2-man in the trips running a seam route. So he's not even the widest guy, but he runs a seam kind of wide of the hash.
Just gets width,
and
doesn't he?
You get the way we were playing defense out there, that corner has to occupy the other outside seam or go route.
Well, Levi Moore he's very decisive. Very decisive with the football. He knows where he's going with it. And that's part of it as well.
Yep. And Trey mentioned that he felt like that there was a lot of pre-snap decisions that were made in their offense, and so you obviously can't show everything all at once, but he mentioned trying to give a little bit of some confusing or false looks pre-snap so that it's not so easy to make those decisions. But you're right. Once he knows where he's going with the ball, he's committed to it.
That's right. All right, 5:42 to go in this first quarter. Ensworth up 7-0. Big 3rd down conversions. That'll bring up 1st down and 10 on the Eagle 21-yard line. Reithmeyer, Kumtor, and McCullough, your front 3. Garrison, maybe your linebackers inside. Outside, we've got Cannon Johnson, and we've got Noah Wilder. Boy, nice play. Yeah, Noah Wilder, little pressure from that outside backer. Clayton Garrison wrap him up for a loss of 5. Nice defensive call by the staff.
Good play by those two. Yeah, they moved Clayton out wide on the alignment and brought both of them. That's a look they showed in practice based on something they're seeing.
Oh, yeah, we'll get him down right there. Nice job, Kyle. Boy, that's a great job. Boy, strong kid. Number 28, nice job, sophomore. Kimbill Kumtor there also. Coach Adams was praising Kimbill. Junior just has had a pretty good summer.
He's just been impressed with his work ethic. You are seeing us attack more on defense than this staff has shown the willingness to do in the past.
Yeah, just trying to pinch it in, aren't we, a little bit. 3rd down, 9. Moore's going to drop back. Looking. Oh, just too much speed. Boy, Clayton Garrison just got him down. He sure did.
But it's a first down. It's another first down on a 3rd down and more than 8. So this will be the little things now as you develop as a football team that help you win football games is can you make this a 3-point trip for them?
Yeah. Well, they don't have as much room to run as much stuff,
right.
you know, so
they can't stretch you
there's
vertically.
your handoff right there. Yeah, it looks like maybe a flag. Probably looks like offsides on this side. Lines judge down on the Eagle sideline called that.
Sideline warning.
That flag is for a sideline warning against ECS. Result of the play is a touchdown.
I mean, that was just out of nowhere.
Well, he's pointing all the way down here on the other 40-yard line.
Wow.
I guess somebody was touching the white during a play at the other 6-yard line.
Hey, I guess you know, these guys are new also. I know that. I worked the chains a few weeks ago, and these guys are on they're trying to make it look good themselves.
Yeah, they're having to bring a lot of new people on.
Extra point is up.
All right, so extra points up and good. 3:48 to go. Ensworth on top, 14-0.
So it's mirroring last year's game a little bit, where Ensworth has come out. They're talented, they're big, they're physical, and they've kind of punched you in the mouth here with the first couple of series.
Yeah.
And you know, we took too long to respond to that last year. Now there were some injuries and some heat element to that, and I think, and just kids getting gassed. But can you slow or stop the overwhelming tide that feels like it just keeps coming and keeps coming? And you know, we've talked about it after the last series, but it's still true. You've got to figure out a way to take a deep breath.
Yeah, that's right.
And
just get one first down at a time.
Yeah,
just
that's
one
right.
first down at a time.
You know, if I'm ECS right now, there's 3:48 left on the first quarter clock. You know, small goals for me right now are, can I still have the ball at the end of the quarter?
Yeah.
And turn this thing around, and so, but that's going to take at least one first down, maybe 2.
All right, we're going to put Jamison Smith back at the twin safety for us, number 7.
Yeah, you've got to get Xander out.
Yeah, get him out. We might get Xander at quarterback for the next 2 series. That's kind of how we've been doing it in the scrimmages. Thetford will get a couple series, and Xander will come in for a couple series, and just kind of see if somebody can get a little bit of a hot hand. They're going to go at Vargo, number 21. He'll take it on the 7-yard line, trying to get to the outside. Get him a little room, get some blocking. Out to the 22-yard line, so that's positive yardage. All right, here we go. Like we said, Xander Carroll, he'll take over at quarterback now.
Have we seen Emmanuel Moss at tailback yet?
Not yet.
He's out there, I believe. No, I see Clayton Garrison too. Let's see who's out there in the huddle.
Yeah, Garrison's still out there, number 6.
Who is that?
Rainey Coots, number
Rainey
20.
Coot?
Yeah,
Okay.
Rainey's that H. You got Vargo, Sorgenfry, 17, Coot, number 20, and up top, Shears, number 13. Garrison just to the left of Xander Carroll. A little power to this play. Power quarterback draw. Look at Xander Carroll. Nice first down. First of the night. Pickup of 12 on the play. That's what we needed. 3:30 to go. So all the way to the 3:30 mark before we get a first down. That's that power read. Run power to this side, and linebackers flow over. He had a nice hole in that backside. So nice block by Vasily Johnson on that outside to get that end pushed out. All right, once again, number 5, actually 5, Jay Smith at the bottom, Sorgenfry 17, and Shears up top. Boston Curry, number 11. So we'll go with the Twins look. Little 3-step drop. All right, so Ensworth at the 49 will pick that pass off. Carroll will get him down at the 19-yard line.
Looks like he's going to mark him at about the 17.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just it's too late.
Too late over the middle.
And they were
Yeah.
there. Like that's just not. They dropped into coverage. We picked up the blitz okay, but we were all seams on that.
Yeah. We ran verts. I think everyone ran verts and didn't have anything underneath.
No.
All right, maybe a little. Yeah, just wide open right there. Just a little curl route. They ran one guy on the flats. That kind of took our outside linebacker out, and that made a hole.
Yeah, they're using our own defense in that set to open up the pocket.
A little movement, false start. That'll back him up 5 yards. 2:19 to go in the first quarter. Ensworth knocking at the door to go up by 21.
It looked like on that last play there was no run fake, and I don't know whose responsibility that curl zone was. It looked like it might have been the middle linebacker, but once you see pass, you've got to get there. We just got there too late.
There's your read right there.
Yep.
Levi Moore will go in for the touchdown. Well, that's the same play we ran, basically. Not exactly, but quarterback keep. Just a minute, we'll get a word from Coach Adams. We talked to him right before the game, the pregame show, and we'll get that queued up right here at the 2-minute mark of the first quarter.
Yep, that right there, the edge of your defense was overly concerned about the tailback being wide, and the quarterback keeps it right up the gut.
All right, kick is up and good. So 21-0 at 2-minute mark. Here's a word from Coach Trey Adams right before the game. Here, head coach Trey Adams joining us on the pregame show.
Thank you.
All right, new season coach. Got some new faces out here. It feels really good to be out here on a Friday night again. Talk a little bit about expectations tonight and kind of, what you and the staff are looking to see and building on for this year.
Yeah, really excited to be back to a normal Friday night. But as we told the guys a little bit ago, it's August 19th, and we're going to turn the page tonight at 10 o'clock regardless of the outcome. And we have a tremendous opponent we're playing tonight, but it's going to be a great test for a lot of inexperienced guys on our side. But we'll grow up, and I know they'll represent our school well and love each other and play hard.
All right, Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
Good, Coach Trey. Nice word from Coach Adams right there. The one play, the very first, series they ran, the long, 87-yard touchdown. Other than that, we've stood our ground, and it's slowly, they're slowly scoring. It hadn't been anything, out of control. We got to get something together, like that first down from Xander. Let's put 2 together.
You're seeing some holes in pass defense, which is one of those things that experience really helps with.
Yeah.
And it's not like just being aggressive to play the run.
All right, so I tell you what, they are specifically kicking these to John Vargo, number 21. Who's that back with him? Was that Boston Curry back there with him?
It was either Boston Curry or it was William Chairs. I didn't see who was the deep man. Let's see. It looks like it was William Chairs.
Okay. All right, so that ball is going to be out on the 30-yard line. Wilson Thetford back in at quarterback. Jake Smith the bottom. 17, Sorgan Fry. Noah Wilder, 14. Playing the H. Cheers up top. Garrison in motion this side. Little fake. Nice job by Thetford. He's going to make a move. He does. He'll pick up 8 on the play. Well, he faked that, was trying to get the outside backer over to hit it inside. Just good coverage by Ensworth.
They are athletic, but they pursue really hard. And so what can you use as an offense to use their own aggressiveness against them? And even though that probably wasn't a designed pump, fake, and run,
hey, it worked.
They vacated it
because
we gave them that pass look. So now you're at 2nd and 1. You have to say this is what you can't do.
Gonna pick that up.
They're offsides. That's good.
Oh,
I was going to say,
right.
that's one of the things that will magnify the problem. Is
that was a quick whistle.
That is. I guess I don't know what kind of opportunity you get in high school necessarily to move back on sides, but that was quick.
All right, a little pressure up the middle from Ensworth. All right, nice play by Thetford. He'll gain probably a couple on the play. That'll just cross the 45-yard line to the 47. Bring up 2nd down and about 7.
You know, it's not a huge yardage play, but it could have been 13 yards further back from where it was if Graham Sorgenfry blocks that guy in the back. And he holds off and doesn't do it, and we don't have a negative play.
Smart play. We've gotten positive yards on that power quarterback read twice now. Thetford in the gun. Little stretch play to the right. See if Garrison just couldn't get outside. They're a little more of a manhandle up front. We can't get those guys off of us.
No, and that was the case last year too when we would try and run stretch. There's just they are too fast. The pursuit is too quick, and then that stack defense.
Yeah,
that linebacker is already on the edge. He's got a free run, and that's his assignment. He's coming right off that edge.
Yeah. All right, so loss of 7 on the play. So we're looking at probably 3rd down, 14 at the end of the first quarter. Thank you to all of our sponsors tonight. We've had several come in. We've had some anonymous donors, 2 anonymous donors join our team tonight. We're just glad to help out the football team, help out Coach Adams and the staff. State Farm also, Sean Wilkins Sr., Benny James, Darren Wilkes. That's our touchdown sponsor. Bank 3, the Players of the Week, that's Scott House. M3 Accounting, that's Dave Morris, that's the coach's introductions. Compliance Associates, that's Tim Wilson. Panini Catering, Steve Reithmeyer. Point Honduras, Britton Wilkins. PDGO, thank you so much. We've had Crown Bus Lines, John Wilson, Drift Fly Company, Pete Smith, Service Master by Cornerstone, Tyler Paddock. Trying to work with the Strategic Financial, Walker Construction, MSC Construction, and Buff City Soap. All right, so after the first quarter, so we'll get these in just a second after this play. I'll let you read those.
Okay.
All right, Thetford in the shotgun, 3rd and long.
If you can get half this right here, I think this is 2-down territory for Coach Adams.
Just needed a little more time. All right, so that'll bring up 4th down. That'll be the punt unit. Looking for cheers on that sideline. It looked like more of a. He kind of. I thought it was going to be a go, and then he kind of held up a little bit. So, yeah, a little stop and go.
And that's just a three-man rush, and we just couldn't keep that nose.
Yep. You get some stats there from the first quarter.
First quarter stats. Total offense: Ensworth 209, ECS 25. Ensworth has run 13 plays, ECS 11. Ensworth is 6 for 6 in the air for 180 yards. ECS is 1 of 4 for -1 yard. Ensworth rushing 7 attempts, 29 yards. ECS 7 attempts for 27 yards.
Okay. Nice return by DeJuan Sharp. Boy, that was kind of a missile punt that took a great hop to him, and we couldn't. We out-kicked the coverage, and he just kind of ran right up the middle.
Time. Your coverage unit's only so far downfield by the time he picks that ball up.
I think it was that Noah Wilder maybe on the tackle. I couldn't tell. Maybe it was Deuce Shannon. All right, so the Eagles will come out. Ball in our territory. Gabe Moss, Kim Bill, number 74, Reithmeyer, the front three. Rainey Coots going to come in now at that linebacker position for Clayton Garrison. Jamison Smith still up top. Boston Curry right there on the tackle.
Yeah, that's one of those with experience, and that's what Trey's talking to him about right now. You have Xander helping you to the inside.
Yeah.
So what you can't have happen is give him the sideline.
Yeah.
And that's just, that's understanding angles and being in that moment. So Boston, been a basketball player for a long time.
Yeah.
And they're really high on his potential, but there's a rawness that's going to have to develop as the season goes on.
Xander made the right read. He just got blocked.
There's just nobody out there.
Nah, he's tough. I mean, that guy can play now. Shamar Porter, he's the real deal. He is the real deal.
Yeah, he showed us that last year.
All right, so once again, boy, just so fast. 10:40 just got into this second quarter. Ensworth up 28-0.
Yeah, Xander moved into that passing lane, but he was shallow enough, the ball, and that, you can put the ball really high when you're throwing it to Shamar Porter.
All right, it's up and good, so 28-0.
That may have been a little bit of a busted assignment, too, by somebody, because if Xander is that shallow, there was nobody within 10 yards of him when he caught that football.
Yeah. I don't know what more is on the night, but I'm having a hard time remembering any incompletions.
He was 6 for 6 at the quarter. I'm guessing he's unless he has another completion, he's now 7 for 7.
7 for 7, yeah.
And the 180 yards just went up by, what was that? About 25 or 30.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not looking favorable for you at any point if you can't force an incompletion by the opposing quarterback.
Yeah. We got to have a change of dam. We got to get their offense off the field.
That's right.
We just can't quite do that.
Wow. So Shamar Porter, I'm sorry. 5 catches, 157 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. All right, so we'll kick off once again. William Cheers, number 13, he'll come in as the deep safety, and along with John Vargo back there, Rainey Coots going to be the up back. They've gone to Vargo every time. They're going to try it again. Vargo's going to do a nice job getting back to at least the 20. Nice block by Cheers to get him some positive yardage anyway, so he won't quite reach the 20-yard line. We'll take over. They're going to mark that at the maybe 8. Let's call it the 17. Brad Biggs on the camera tonight. Chris Williams on stats. Thanks, guys, for helping out.
That's another example too. I don't know if in JV football if John Vargo has returned a lot of kickoffs, but there's a lot of lateral running we're doing right now in our kickoff returns, other than that first kickoff return.
Yeah, that's right.
That's just not going to be effective against a team as athletic as Ensworth.
All right, so Xander Carroll once again is going to get to the outside, right out of first down. Nice play. First time we've seen Emmanuel Moss in the backfield.
Yeah.
So little zone read. Faked that zone and took it. Probably a keeper all the way, but Xander is going to bring that extra element to the game. Bo Dawson, 23 here at the bottom. Rainey Coote, 20, Sorgan Fry, and Vargo up at the top. Johnson, McDaniel, Reithmeyer, Murphy, and McCullough, your front five.
Oh, blow that dead.
Ran a power. They blitzed right into it.
Yes, they did.
Nice job by Xander. He'll have to come out. I think Coach Adams is discussing they ripped his helmet off. Almost he kind of spun out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so quick. All right, so we'll get Thetford in for one play. Moss, 26. Just to his left. Little zone. Thetford looking for something. Get somebody get a block. Now we're just passing guys up. We can't do that. You got to hit somebody.
Yeah. Russell Jankowski right there was just in pass coverage, and once he sees that ball come down and get tucked, he's just pursuing the quarterback.
Well, their front three are just, they're impressive.
Yeah, and if you watch the replay on that, Jankowski, he's just mirroring Wilson as he's moving in the pocket. He steps up on the run read and then flowed right as Wilson stepped right and then came back left with him.
All right, let's see if we can't get something
Pressure
quick. Pressure on the
edge.
outside. Boy, had him, didn't he? Looked like the ref got in the way of Bo. Bo was going to come open, then he got kind of shadowed by the judge.
Trying to watch the replay and see.
We did a nice job blocking, actually. Yeah, he wasn't there. Nice job by Thetford, just had to eat it.
Well, we talked about how with their size and ability to rush the quarterback and our inexperience on the offensive line, you're not going to have time to go very far past your first look.
That's right.
Unless we do some max protection.
Punt team, we got Boston Curry out there, Rainey Coote. Crosby's your long snapper. We haven't mentioned him tonight. He's done a nice job in camp this summer snapping the ball, so nice to see him out. Big contributor. Taking over for Bennett Brady. Griffin Brown, 16. Kyle Mabey. Sorgan Fry. Noah Wilder, number 14. Another great punt by Vargo, driving back to the 34-yard line. Deuce Shannon got a hand on him. Kind of slowed him down.
Griffin Brown in on that tackle along with Jay Thomas.
Jay's a freshman. Griffin, a sophomore. Griffin's I really like. He's got a lot of upside.
Yep.
Griffin Brown does.
He can do a lot of different things.
He does, and he's smart. He's a great kid, and just he's going to give his all.
It's good pursuit. I mean, that's a really, really open field that the return man had. That was a true out kicker coverage on that one a little bit. Vargo turned that punt over and it went down. It was way downfield.
Jamison Smith, I mean, he's the only man that could run him down, and he did. Flag on the play. Hopefully we'll bring that back. Yep, holding. That'll back them up 10. So 7-10, 28-0. Ensworth up.
You know, Ensworth has been able to get to that second level and get a hat on somebody with their line, and they were locked up with all of our interior defenders just then. Nice hole.
First down and 13.
Counter to this side, got a lot of blocking. Nice hit by Maybe, just couldn't quite get him to the ground. Moss, Reithmeyer there to kind of finish him off.
You know, it's tough when they pull those two guys around on the counter, and you've got a tailback who's not very tall.
Yeah, you don't
trailing behind him, and he's on you quick, and then he's under you. You tackle him high, he's talented. He gets out of it sometimes. Does a good job hiding behind those blockers.
All right, 2nd down, 6. But once again, a little power to this side. Just exactly what you said. Just Vargo fortunately gets him down, but not after he gains a first down to the 35-yard line.
John Vargo on the tackle for ECS. That's good for a first down. 10-10. Okay, Eagle, 35.
Good timeout.
Yeah, I like it. All right, 6 minutes to go. We'll get a timeout there. We'll, in a few weeks, something exciting around the campus. Dad's Discipleship will be coming up. David Thomas out of Daystar Counseling in Nashville will be in town, and I think they're then having a women's event at some point, maybe the next day or maybe that day. But anyway, if you can make that, you need to be there. David Thomas is exceptional. I've heard him once and spoken with him once, and he's just he's just dynamic. He just really just very practical and great advice in raising kids, and
he's an excellent communicator, and I think the women's lunch. I think there's a women's luncheon just right after that.
Okay. Yeah, I remember him saying once. He said, talking to him, you're raising kids. At what point? And we're always the parent, right? But at what point do you become more of a coach, right? You can only. It's kind of like playing a game. You can only coach them so far. Then they've got to play the game, and you become more of a coach. And so it's when to do that and how to balance that, and just things like that. If you can make that, you'll really enjoy it.
Also, Eagle fans, the Swing Eagle Shop is open tonight until halftime. If you'd like to pick up some Eagle gear, you've got a few minutes.
Nice job by the Eagles. They're going to change that count up. We stayed put, so nice discipline. A little inside zone again. Randy Coote made a stab at him, missed him. Cannon Johnson came over the back and got him down. Nice job by Cannon to stay along that line.
You can see some fatigue setting in a little bit on our defense, just so much chasing and pulling. The tackling's getting a little bit less crisp. Ensworth is hard enough to tackle when you're doing it well.
That's right. Well, nice play by that secondary, taking those plays a lot. See if we can't pick that off. Yeah, nice play.
Good coverage.
Yeah, nice job.
I was watching downfield. They were all covered.
Coach Adams will be happy with that for sure. Coach Adams coaching those guys. And he's, the far side, we really just took a man and took that away from him. Fargo was over there. He did a great job. Actually, Noah Wilder got his head around and in good position.
Okay, 3rd down.
All right, they're going to be kind of overloaded to that side of the field. Nice call by Chris. Yeah, false start. That'll back them up 5, bring up 3rd down and 9. Would be nice to get something positive here, Jason.
That would be nice. Yeah. Get a third down stop here. See if the Eagles decide to change something up a little bit and maybe try and bring one extra guy to cheat if they think this is a pass play. It wouldn't surprise me if Ensworth runs it here. This is 2 down territory for them. He's going to throw it.
Yeah. Well, is that the second incompletion he's had?
Yeah.
2 in a row. Fourth down territory for them, no doubt. That was a long pass. I mean, he threw that ball all the way across the field. He's not a big guy. At least it doesn't look like he's big.
No, but it comes out of his hand nicely.
Yeah.
That ball carried all the way to the sideline. It didn't have a lot of float to it.
See what they try to do.
Still just 3.
Yeah, we're looking for something quick. Got to make those tackles. We had him right there at 4th down. That would have turned it over.
He was 2 yards short at the catch.
You got to wrap up.
Yeah.
You got to wrap up.
Yep. I didn't see. I think that was Rainey Coop.
Yeah, Rainey came up and just hit him. Just didn't wrap him up, though.
Yeah.
Vargo got him down.
And you see him patting himself on the helmet. He knows that he just needed to wrap him up.
Yeah.
You know, this is one of the areas where I think Coach Adams really shines is he's still coaching the kids completely, and he recognizes the learning moments even in a game that's not close right now, and he knows that this team's got to learn how to fight through adversity and to make adjustments after mistakes. And so he's talking to Rainey right now, just telling him, hey, you got the next one.
I mean, from up here, Rainey has made several great reads.
I
mean, he sees his key.
That's right.
And, I mean, it's no hesitation.
Well, that was one of the things that Trey said about him, and that he's just, because he's worked hard, like he has been the guy that has sort of showed up when they've watched film after practice and things like that about being in the right place at the right time.
Well, he's certainly in position. Just got to, just one more check mark to get him on the ground. That's really easy for us to say. Those guys, these guys can play.
You know, last year in the Ensworth game, there was a lot of just struggle going into halftime, and they came out in the second half last year and really fought hard against Ensworth, and I think a lot of that's because of Coach Adams and his staff's approach to how they coach these kids. So they're going to keep coaching.
Moss, McCullough, Kimbill.
Go.
Nice job by Maybe to swallow him, get him to the ground. 4:27, clock running. Coach Adams would love to get into halftime at 28 to 0. I'd hate to. It'd be nice if we can keep them out of the end zone right before half. We'll fake the counter. Came back with a slant on the backside. It's just so quick. That's how you run that play.
Well, and I think if you watch the replay on this too, I think on the run fake, our middle linebackers came hard, and we may have even been in man coverage behind that. The way he was chasing, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
No, not man, but they crashed hard. In the end zone.
Yep. Yeah, he made it in. Number 5, Mark Smith, going to punch that in at 3:37 mark. So, boy, hated to give him that. We had that 4th down play. If you go back a few series, and just that could have gotten them off the field, and that's going to be a great learning experience for those guys.
Yeah, as the coaching staff uses this film, in whatever capacity they think it's useful. Those are the kind of things that'll show up that they can talk about in meetings and position meetings and practice time about if you've done this,
Yeah.
that's 7 less points.
That's right.
And those things add up, of course, and in a critical game where the score is close, it can be the difference in the outcome.
The extra point was no good. Hit the left upright, and now we'll keep it at 34-0. All right, boy, I'd love to get a nice return here.
It would really be the best of all possible outcomes at this point for us to get some points with a little bit of confidence to go into halftime. You've got to kick off at the halftime, give the ball back to Ensworth.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to hold it for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, Cheers back deep along with Vargo. Rainey Coot right at the 15-yard line. Rainey's kind of a jack of all trades. I mean, he's the middle linebacker. He's the up. He plays a little bit of H. He's kind of a unique. He's going to be a tough guy for some folks to handle because he's got pretty good skill set. That's going to be short.
There's William.
Yeah, Cheers over there. Got a nice run. He'll get it to 13. He'll gain 10 on the play. Offense will take over. All right, looks like we're going to go back with Xander. Now, actually, Thetford's going to come back out.
First down, Eagles, 1st and 10 at the ECS 23.
Same offensive line.
Looks like you've got Malik Truitt in the game.
Malik's going to come inside, play that H. Jay Smith up top, number 5. Bo Dawson. Boy, nice job by Bo. Caught it, got upfield quick.
It's a great play on first down. Gives you a 2nd and 3.
Nice decision. Yeah, it's a quick decision.
It's like we talked about before the game, Clayton. We're just, you look around the field right now, and there's so much youth out there.
Yeah, they almost don't know what they can or can't
on the
do.
Field right now. Is that right?
3 seniors? Yeah, I think you're right. A little pressure on the outside. Yeah, nice key. Should have some room right here. Get it blocked, Malik. Nice job.
There you go.
All right, first down. Way to move the chains, Wilson. Nice play call. We caught him in a blitz, and Malik got a nice block on the outside.
It looked like that may have been Noah Wilder that really helped on the play side. On that edge rush. Just on that zone read, you just occupy him enough.
Well, that's a gift. You want that guy to come. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. Positive yards by Thetford. Pulled it down, picked up probably 3 on the play.
Cooper Acuff coming in the game.
Yeah, sure is. Number 22, sophomore. All right, so 2nd down, and I'm going to call that 7. 2 minutes to go in this half. Once again, Dawson, Truitt, and Wilder trips on this side. We're going to put Jay Smith up top. He'll be on. Nice catch by Acuff. Pickup of about 4 yards on the play. Nice throw and catch.
Looking at the replay from the first down play, I think if Emmanuel Moss came in that same motion, I think if you got the ball to him quickly, there was space as well.
And we talked about that pregame, that's what they were going to do.
Yeah. Get wide and as an extension of the run game. That's how you get wide.
All right, we're going to change this up a little bit. Kyle Mabey's going to come in, number 28, change it up. 3rd and short, so nice little package we've put in. William Cheers. What great. I mean, they practiced that all week.
Yep. Trey told us the first time that he came in the game that was going to be the look.
And it reminds me of the old Tim Tebow pass a little bit, you know.
Yeah. He didn't jump, but it's the jump.
Yeah, but a lot of patience by Kyle. He didn't give it away too soon. He's just power to this side, power read, but he's going to take it all the way. That's 5 more yards.
Yep.
So nice little drive here.
And you know, that wasn't even that play with Kyle on the pass. That wasn't even just a little dump to a tight end on a seam. William Chairs on that play is lined up wide, and he's coming on a slant.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's what
timing is everything. Yeah,
that's not easy.
Even this play, we ran a power, you know, which is to the inside. He gets to the outside. They blitz. So nice job of recognizing that.
We got a timeout on the field, timeout ECS, and you're going to start timeout in the first half.
Well, I tell you, what I love is getting a little bit of momentum before halftime.
That's right.
Going in with something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. You know, the coaching vantage point of this is when you take the team in at halftime, the discussion becomes, let's win the second half.
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
Let's keep doing what we do. I know Trey had talked about that they had things they needed to work on tonight. They need to run things in a game.
Yeah.
And to get experience, to get things on film, to coach it up, and you know, so you got in the second half and you take care of you.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Shears down at the bottom, Thetford back in. Caught that at the 6.
This is yeah, there you go.
Yep,
that's blindside.
Yeah, he's out of the game. He's talking now.
The pass is intercepted. One shot on the interception for the Tigers. It's also a flag on the field.
You know, Coach Adams talked about how their cornerbacks, we had a height advantage out there. And on that pass, it's just too far downfield to create a jump ball scenario.
See what they decide here. They're gonna like number 56 will get tossed for that. Just blindsided. I don't know if it was Reithmeyer maybe.
It was Reithmeyer. His helmet came off.
And then of course stood over him and taunted him.
Yeah. It's an obvious personal foul penalty. I don't know.
We'll see what the head ref says here.
The flag on the play is a personal foul.
Blindside block.
Helmet contact against Ensworth. Also,
yeah,
unsportsmanlike.
Conduct against Ensworth.
Just don't leave him in the game.
So
I'm surprised.
I'm not sure, but I think in that scenario that it gets logged as his first. And if there's another one, I think he's
then
out.
He's gone.
I'm not sure about that at the high school level.
Well, you know, the good news is their coach grabbed him immediately on the sideline.
Yeah.
Actually didn't grab him, went and found him.
Well, look, football's an emotional game, and that used to be a great play.
It did.
You wanted it.
It did. Yeah.
You
the taunting not, but that yeah.
That block was what you wanted as a defender.
That's right. That's right. All right, new quarterback for Ensworth, number 13 in the game.
Taylor Haas. There you go.
Taylor Haas, quarterback keeper. Fourth out of bounds at the ECS.
Just 3 seconds left, so I don't think Ensworth. They threw in that formation. I'm surprised, but
yeah, I would think they take a knee here and let's head on in.
I would say that, but it wouldn't surprise me if they try to get the ball to number 2 right here. Shamar Porter has shown the ability to take anything to the end zone. If they're interested in more points, they might look to do that. I would be very careful right here if I were ECS.
Yeah, they are. They're going to try to.
Step out of bounds.
Yeah, all right. Well, There you go. So Ensworth on top 34-0 at the half. We're going to take a break here in a moment. We're going to go over the cheerleaders. Is kind of who we're going to talk about real quick. If you want to run through those, can you see those over there?
Absolutely. Our 2022 ECS cheerleading staff: Emma Sanders Brady, Cameron Burkett, Ella Grace Cochran, Ella Doby, Anna Grace Fletcher, Carly Foster, Tibby Haynes, Lily Higginbotham, Sydney Jackson, Lexi Levatino, Jody Lewis, Juliana Lewis, Tiffany Reed, Sarah Regal, Brocky Scott, Hadley Shaver, Peyton Smith, Gracie Vargo, Catherine Watson, Aubrey Wickham, Lindley Wilkins, Campbell Williams, and Mary Brooks Winchester. Coaches are Kristen Denny and Haley Arthur.
Yeah, thanks,
Doing
Jason.
a great job.
Yeah, they're going to be do a little routine right here as well. So I look forward to watching that. We'll take a break. We'll be right back right before the beginning of the second half. All right, welcome back, everyone. Second half about to get underway. Before we get started here, of course, we want to give a shout out. Well, I saw a lot of sponsors down at the on the Wooded concession stand. Hey, thanks to Brink and White also, Jason White, Josh Brink, for those guys. They're so impactful in the Booster Club, and so thankful to have them on board tonight. PDGO, Strategic Financial Partners, State Farm, Service Master, MSC, Bank 3, Port Honduras, and Benny James. Panini Catering, M3, Russell Oliver Stevens, Crown Bus Lines, Compliance Associates, Drift Fly Company, Walker Construction, and Buff City Soap. All right, why don't you go ahead and tell us, we got a new player going to kick off for us.
Diego Lainez.
Yeah. You know, and I didn't even think about this part on him. Once again, a sophomore.
That's right.
You know, so we're heavy laden with sophomores.
Yeah. The soccer player, they went and recruited him for the football team. This is
Little
first
chip,
football kick.
Fair catch, chip shot. We'll take that. Little guy, probably about the 27-yard line. All right, here's some stats from the first half. Ensworth on 26 plays, 329 yards. ECS 23 plays, 62 yards.
Yeah.
So they're at a 12.7 average. We're 2.7 passing. They were 11 of 13. We saw the two incompletions,
Yeah,
the same series down here.
Plays.
Yeah. We were 4 of 8. Not bad completion percentage, but only for 23 yards. Just nothing substantial. Rushing, they were 13 for 71. We were 15 for 39. So they're going to go ahead and come in, bring in their second string quarterback to start the half. Quick counter. They'll fake that throw here in the flats to number 88. That was incomplete. Spencer, I think that's Spencer Rice on the intended target, but missed that. That'll stop the clock.
Yeah, you know those. I just did quick math, and those passing stats. I mean, it tells the story. We're less than 6 yards of completion. They're over 23.
Yeah, that's
it's tough.
They're just
big plays,
big chunks. Yeah. Well, QB Reed, he keeps it. Kyle Maybe, 28 on the tackle. Inside linebacker next to Rainey Coote. Kim Bill, Gabe Moss, Orchowski, 58, 3 down linemen. Curry, 11 on the sideline over here. Jamison Smith, number 7 up top at cornerback.
Yeah.
Nice play. Wilder was there, just took a bad angle, just overran the play.
Yeah,
Got a breakdown.
And I think Daniel Holmes will probably have some words for him about getting to that flat a little faster. It's so hard because you've also got an inside route.
Yeah.
And the quarterback looks that way, but he's it's just you have to get wide at that, and our defense is that outside linebacker.
Little inside zone. He'll pick up about 4 on the play.
Yeah, Bo's going to have to come out.
Yep, Bo's going to come out. McCullough will come in, tap him out for just a second, probably get him back in there. Bo's a big kid.
Big kid, yeah.
I mean, he's got some growth. I mean, there's no doubt.
Really wanted him out there, yeah.
Nice carry on the play. Tackle was made by the Eagles.
Nice play by Xander. It looks like they faked a buck sweep to the right and came back this backside.
It's all about opening those lanes up, right? And as the linebackers move with the run action, throw right behind them into that window.
Same play. They're going to give it this time.
Good tackle by Vargo.
Nice job. We'll wrap him up, Johnny.
You're seeing what we talked about earlier, which is you need to come out here and, as an ECS player, and work on your position, read your keys, do your job, because like a good football team should, Ensworth has some new guys in there, but the coaches need them to run their offense. So they're not going to you're going to see a lot of the same things, just with different players.
Little inside zone, picks up, about 15, didn't he?
Chunk,
yeah. And Carroll Vargo getting down, not without a first down. That'll move the chains. So Ensworth electing to run it on the ground, which they certainly should. Number 13, Taylor Haas. We mentioned him starting this second half. Well, the holding right there. Not going to call it.
Good defense.
Yeah, great defense.
Everybody stayed home on the backside even after he rolled back that way. We had plenty of defenders over there. And our defensive line is working so hard to try and get pressure, but it looks like Ensworth still has most of their starting offensive line in, and it's 5 blocking 3 a lot of times, and it's just that's a lot of work.
Oh yeah, it's a double every time. It's
every time you spin out of it, you spin right into somebody.
Power to this side. Noah Wilder on the tackle. Nice job, nice hit. Nice play by Wilder.
Yeah. Yep. Another hold.
Actually it was a counter, more of a counter. I didn't see him pull the backside,
yep.
The tight end.
But Noah did what they wanted to do. He pinched that side down and was right there off the edge to make the tackle.
All right, second down, 20.
And this is great. This has just been a problem for us to even get off the field in these situations. We've got to figure out a way to either get pressure or get into a passing lane.
All right, there's your power right there. Boy, nice play by John Vargo. Came up from safety, make a tackle.
Yeah, he's not afraid to get physical. He is not the biggest kid, but he's tough.
Gabe Moss going to come in and spell Reithmeyer, give him a break. I tell you what, I hadn't seen Kim Bill come out much.
Nope.
He's kind of been there for most of those snaps on defense. All right, there's the buck sweep to this side.
Good.
Yep.
Right on cue.
Rainey Coote, nice job on the tackle.
So Rainey's been playing a lot as well, and that would normally be Clayton Garrison, and I don't know, I don't see any issues in play. It may just be he's been playing a lot of tailback too. That's a good scrape right there to come down the line and fill that hole.
All right, we're going to 4th and 10. We're going to, 41-yard attempt. Thanks, Chris. That's going to be wide right? No, right down the middle. He made it. Sure did. Boy.
Good, that's a nice kick.
Yeah, it was.
Xander has been close so many times tonight.
Well, Caden Hill was so good at that, wasn't he? Peter Nern, yeah.
They had that angle down, and he is really close. Yeah, and Coach Hines, Coach Hines, that's from when I was here, Coach Adams, is pointing out to Xander that probably if he attacks where that ball's going and not where it is, he might get a hand on it.
Your score with just over 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
At this point in the game, 37-0, 4 minutes to go. Coaches are looking around now saying, who's still playing for me?
Yeah, that's right.
Who's still playing for me? Who everybody's tired. Let's see who's still coming every snap and playing. And that shows up on film, and that's going to be who's going to play.
Yep.
That's what they're looking for.
Well, and with a running clock, there's not going to be very many plays in the second half. So you're asking for max effort to just finish out this third and fourth quarter. So Nick
Owens. Yeah, 43. Yeah. Nick Owens back up, tail back in. Bo Dawson right in the middle. Crosby. Boston Curry in that front line. Vargo once again.
They may have their first cramp of the night.
There we go. I was just mentioning what's a nice night, but it's not that nice.
Right.
It's not.
There's some humidity out here. Yeah, sure. When we stepped out of the press box at halftime, I noticed it doesn't feel terrible, but it's a little sticky.
Yeah.
Yep. And John's been playing some offense tonight too. Of course, he's been in all the special teams plays.
Absolutely. I tell you, once you start cramping, it's hard to get back in the game.
That's right.
It really is. A few more stats here while we're waiting. Penalties. Ensworth 11 for 110. We had no penalties the first half. Of course, we had 2 turnovers. They had 0 turnovers. First downs, they were 15 first downs to our 5. Third down, first downs. I mean,
well, I pointed out to Chris that they're 2 for 4 on third down.
Yeah.
But 15 first downs. So they have to face 4 third downs to get to those 15 first downs.
I was surprised we even had 5 first downs. But that last series, we kind of
had a couple.
Had several.
Yeah, that's right. 2-back set.
Yeah, put Wilder out. Well, that's going to be a pick 6 right there. Of course, we were on our 34-yard line. Really, the first big mistake we've made as far as something that hurt us immediately.
Yeah.
Wilson had some pressure on him. I don't know if he was. Looked like he had in the front. It looked like Wilder, and then
I think it's just high though. I think
just got too much on it.
That ball's going to Jay, and it just
sailed on him.
Sailed on him. Couldn't step into it.
Yep, you throw it. You can't get over the top.
Jay's a really athletic kid, but he's not real tall. And in that somebody in your face, it's tough to get that ball down.
All right, they just barely sneaked that over the crossbar. That was right at 1:41. The clock is running, so we've got a second half automatic clock. Let's see what we got out there on the down.
That's Noah Wilder down. I don't know if it's cramp or...
Coach Adams out to check on him.
I don't know if it's cramp or hamstring or... Looks like a cramp, maybe.
Yeah,
hopefully.
He's got a little sleeve on his leg, and I don't know. Maybe I think he's all right. He just, man, there's a lot of bodies flying around on that deal.
He almost got to that up, and he kind of came through a crease, not off the edge, and almost blocked it. It may have even gone between his arms. It has always fascinated me too. It's almost like cramping's contagious. Like once the first game it happens, it's like now you start seeing it all over the place.
All right, seems like this has been a pretty constant here. Jamison Smith back number 7, along with William Shears. All right, this is going to go to Jamison. Let's see if we can't get a crease right here. He did. He got a little crease. Got up to the 30-yard line. Didn't take him long to get to it.
First down, Eagles. First and 10.
All right, Emmanuel Moss, 26 in at tailback. Jamison Smith, number 7 in. Bo Dawson, 23. Xander Carroll will be in at quarterback for this series.
Did you say Deuce already? It looks like Deuce Shannon's out there.
He is, sure. I hadn't mentioned him, but he's
the one. He's the one we can see on the backside.
Absolutely.
think it's going to be the quarter.
You know, we targeted Deuce early, and then
Yeah.
we just haven't had the opportunity to come back to him again.
The time will expire in the third quarter.
All right, that'll be the end of the third quarter. We'll jump to the fourth. Hey, once again, thanks to Tim Wilson and his family. They were the pregame meal sponsor. What does that mean? Well, every Friday, of course, the team has a full meal around 3 o'clock.
Yep.
Is that about right?
That's about
and so, you know, that's just that's got to sustain them for the whole game. So his family has sponsored that. That is an expense that has really gone up in price. And so,
Yeah, speaking from somebody who was involved with it last year, based on what I've been told for this year, the costs have just like everything.
Yeah, and unfortunately, our budgets don't increase as much as inflation does.
That's right.
So anyway, thanks for him. That's a huge gift to the school and for especially the football team and Coach Adams and his staff. So
Sure is.
thank you to those guys coming on board. Thank you for the pregame show. Brought to you by State Farm, Sean Wilkins Sr. New sponsors this year, Drift Fly Company, Pete Smith Family. We'll come back in just a second. Xander Carroll. We're going to be in the pistol, which we don't do a lot, but we are right now. Acuff, number 22, right behind Xander.
Is that Rainey?
Looks like him. A little zone, inside zone. Nice hard running right up the middle. We might gain a couple. Crown Bus Lines, John Wilson. Just saw John at the over at the grill. Thanks, John, for sponsoring, for taking us everywhere this year, but also for
sponsoring also.
That's right.
That's a double dip.
Absolutely,
we appreciate that. He provides a really great service. They do a nice job.
All right, second down, 9, 11, 20. Clock is counting. This quarter can go by fairly quickly. A little quick jet sweep to Jamison Smith. That's going to be a nice first down, pickup of about maybe a little bit over 15 yards.
Yeah, that's a great play. And again, this is all about next week, right? So
Absolutely, good point.
Yeah, this is them, number one, getting things on film so that action triggers a response by the defense, but also Jamison's been injured. He hasn't been able to get a lot of reps in the preseason, and so they're working him back into a game condition.
Yeah, what a nice play. It's almost like we ran a stretch to the left.
Man, was that Bo Dawson? He was really fighting hard in that block downfield. That was a great job by him. Play side.
Yeah,
really,
Dawson
really
is up top. Dawson up top, Jamison Smith, Deuce Shannon here at the bottom. Rainey Coote in the background. Let's in the backfield.
And that play looked like it had issues from the beginning.
Yeah, just didn't get any.
There were a lot of white shirts in the backfield.
Didn't get a push on that at all. We had a couple anonymous sponsors this year as well that kind of came on board. We gave them, contacted them. They said, absolutely, sign me up. I don't need anything other than that, just to come alongside Coach Adams and his team. All right, second down, 10, 9:44. A little bit of movement on us up front. Kind of started, I think they caught us rocking a little bit.
But again, that action has gained yardage for us, and you saw right then Cooper Acuff in the flats over here was going to have room. He had a nice catch earlier. That was going to be another one, I think. Is that our first penalty? Have we had another one since halftime? I know we didn't have any at halftime.
Yeah, I think so. All right, Carroll still in at quarterback. He'll get the call from the sideline. Rainey just to his left. Kind of a bobbled snap. It was a heads-up play. It's going to be a stretch play to the left, so Xander just took it on around the corner.
Was Reithmeyer okay?
Yeah, he kind of ran in the back of him.
Those busted plays always put people in awkward positions.
Yep.
And they fall funny or get blocked from behind or fall on their own player.
All right, big third down and 10. Just a little bit of protection, give us some room. Actually, it's third down and more than that. It's 20. Yeah, basically. All right, so there we go. We just mentioned hadn't targeted Deuce, but we just did there. Looked like it went right through his hands. Couldn't quite hold on to it. He'd like to have that one back, I know.
That one had a little better touch on it coming on that crossing route. It's just tough. You don't know if there's somebody standing right there waiting for you to catch that ball.
I think he thought there was, didn't
yeah.
he? Yeah.
Running right across the middle of the defense. That's tough.
All right, John Vargo back to punt. Boy, he's had a nice night punting the ball. Nice tackle by Xander Carroll.
Yeah.
On the sideline.
Yep, Henry Crosby was close. There's just that little bit of hesitation because you don't want to get the 15-yard personal foul for hitting somebody who's called for a fair catch or is a protected player. All it takes is that little bit, and he's around you.
Just got a little note from Cindy Brock. Volleyball team just got in. Had two big games tonight in a tournament. Won both. I'm not sure where they were.
I think they're at the are they at the Spartan?
Maybe so.
Is it Invitational? I can't remember the name of it. Spartan Showdown, I think.
All right, so big night of volleyball. Nice to come in with.
They're going to play again tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning.
Really enjoy watching volleyball. Coach Bethany Stewart does a great job with those girls, and they got a good team. They saw them play on TV this week, actually, Tuesday night. We'll counter back to the other side once again. They run a steady diet, pulling those guys up front. And you get too comfortable, then they're going to come back and throw it. So you can't really commit.
You know, you see they've made substitutions at the front on offense, and they're still larger.
Yeah,
than we are. And we're our guys have to battle through because we don't have a ton of depth in the trenches.
All right, do it. Counter back this way.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good tackle, Kyle. And another crank.
All right, timeout, official timeout while Kyle is down. Run through a few more of these real quick. Compliance Associates, thanks, of course, mentioned that Tim Wilson. Point Honduras, Britton Wilkins family, thanks, guys. Walker Construction, Ryan Walker. Thanks so much, Ryan. M3, Dave Morris. His accounting firm, Service Master, Tyler Paddock. Panini Catering, Steve Reithmeyer. Steve here watching that Big Nate play both sides of the ball. MSC Construction, Sammy Reagan family. Thanks, Sammy, for always supporting us. And he does great carpentry, cabinetry, whatever you need. Buff City Soap, Kevin Hersky. Thanks so much, Kevin. Go see them at Buff City Soap. PDGO, Pediatric Dental Group Orthodontics. My group, thanks, guys. Benny James. That's a Darren Wilkes household. Thanks so much, Darren. Counter this side. Boy, just he had a huge hole. We missed a tackle, but it wasn't. That was the second line of defense getting him.
Yeah.
4:49 and counting. Clock still rolling. Strategic Financial. Edwards, Holcomb, Gagnon, and Jones.
You're just on those running plays. You're just seeing the results of them not really needing to double any place for us. It's so easy for them to block that second level.
Fake the buck sweep. We've seen him run that tonight numerous times. Nice play. Well, I tell you, Caleb McCullough on that play rocked that guard pulling. You see that? I mean, his right. I mean, literally in the mouth.
That's how you. Yeah, that's how you step up and block.
Got a little replay here. It was.
May not pull quite as hard next time.
No, I think that was him. All right, first and goal for Ensworth. Counter back, ball on the ground. Boy, that was slippery, wasn't it?
We got it.
Did we get it?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, even the last guy.
My word, it's like it was on snow out there.
There you go.
There we go, guys. Way to stay in there. Garrison, I thought was going to get it right there.
Tailback jumped on it and it squirted out from him too.
All right, this might be our last series. In fact, I believe it is. Just under 3 minutes.
I think you might see Emmanuel get a carry here.
I'd like to see that.
Does he have a carry tonight? He's played.
I don't think so.
Remember what plays we've run when he's been in the game.
Cheers up top. Truitt just inside of him. Jay Smith at the bottom. Nice hard running by Thetford. Finally was able to get upfield. Picked up probably 4 on the play. Bring up second down and probably 6.
Seven on the play, but yet winning. It was about 5, 7 there on 5.
Yeah, we're just trying new ways to get the ball to people, and
that's right.
And we're unfamiliar with each other still, and there's just that little bit of hesitation. Good thing for Wilson, he just tucks it up and runs it.
Manuel Moss in the pistol. He'll get the ball on the right side. Nice lane to run through. He'll pick up a first down and some on the play.
Good hard run. And we saw him get some carries last year in a couple of the varsity games at the end of the game, and you could just tell he has all the tools to be a quality tailback for sure.
Little stretch play. Yeah. That's a nice
hard.
run. Nice blocking up front.
Nice cut.
All right, Jay Smith at the bottom. Malik Truitt just inside of him. Cheers up top. We'll stay in the pistol. Moss right behind him. Rainey Coots going to be just off of Vasili's left hip over here. Stretch play to this side with a little bit of motion by Truitt. Boy, nice turn by Moss. Nice yards after contact. Pick up 10.
This is what you were talking about, Clayton, at the end of the game.
Yeah.
This is where Emmanuel's getting himself some carries next week.
Okay, he will, absolutely. He's probably saying, hey, let me run it one more time, Coach. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Give me one more.
This looks like this might be the last play.
All right, looks like we're going to change the play there. Going to bring a little heat. There you go. See what Malik can do with some speed.
There you go.
Nice job by Ensworth. They close quickly. I think that's going to do it for the night. We're going to line up here, shake hands, and 44-0. Excuse me, I say nothing to 0. How about that? That's Arkansas talk. 44-0 in the night. We just couldn't really get anything going, Jason. It was hard between the trenches, between the tackles, and what passes we tried to do. We were a little hesitant throwing, a little hesitant catching, and just was a tough night all around. But we grew up. A lot of guys played, and got a lot of guys realized, you know what, we're alive.
That's right.
We're still here for next week, and that's a lot. That is saying a lot for guys.
It appears we come out of the game with no significant injuries. That was not true last year.
Yes.
And you saw it was the combination of things that we talked about before the game, which we were afraid of, which was the inexperience and the lack of just playing against this kind of size and speed. You know, it catches you early, and then you press to try and do more.
Yeah.
And, you know, you get away from what, you know, your key or your job and try and do a little bit extra, and you get burned. So they'll bounce back from it. They will. The coaches will use this. It'll be a good teaching moment. They had some good meetings this week about what this game meant in the big picture. And like Trey said, on August 19th at now not even 9 o'clock, so he gets an extra hour of it not mattering.
Wow.
You know, he said 10 o'clock to us. By 10 o'clock, it was turn the page and move on to the next game. They can do it now. And I think the team will respond. I really do. They're young. They're hungry. If anything, they learned, you know what, we may not have had enough to hang with Ensworth tonight, but we can play football.
Yeah, that's right. I think
we can
so.
line up and play against anybody.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that the next time it'll be different.
That's right.
And so we'll regroup and get ready for Trinity next week.
We'll be on the road next week in Jackson, Tennessee against Trinity Christian, 7 o'clock. So if you can't make the trip, of course, those are great nights to have the live stream.
That's right.
So if you're at home, hey, tune in. We're glad you're here. One last little shout out to our sponsors. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, we weren't able to have any touchdowns tonight, but we did have fun. And the guys played hard, and I know Coach Adams is telling them that right now, that guys, that's you represent the school well, you represent the Lord, and that's how you play ball, win or lose. That's what it's about. So thanks to our sponsors so much, and we're going to throw this back to the field real quick.